What is Elden Ring? Is it about murdering the homeless, or getting beaten to death until you realize you enjoy the delight pleasures of leather and lace martial arts?
Deep, dark fantasies.
If you like that, then this is the game for you. You'll fight a myriad of many enemies. Here's a couple for you to look at. Giant Poop Tree, Margaret Thatcher, and Mr. Hands. Mr. Hands, why you ask? Well, because he has a lot of hands, and has nothing to do with the Boeing engineer who mysteriously died of unknown causes in the large variety. Elden Ring takes place in the lands between. You are a tarnished, a hero banished for your sadistic ways, brought back to put together the Elden Ring. The plot of this game is so confusing, I actually skipped a lot of the conversations, but there is some very good environmental storytelling. I'll give you a rundown. There was an intense civil war that lasted 50,000 Mississippis, which most were killed. Leaders of the war, everyone was evenly matched, but then two demigods dueled to the death.
Come on, let's go.
And after an epic enemy fight, they both got STDs, and then both of them went home. The reasons behind the civil war? Godwin, one of the demigods, got game ended, which caused the Elden Ring to shatter, leaving the realms in chaos. And it's all created by Bargain Bin Tolkien, George R.R. Martin. But if you're a From Software gamer, you know that you don't play the game for the story, you play it for the exceptional combat. Combat is really fucking fun when you get the hang of it. This is actually my first From Software game I've actually played, and I own two of them. I've died a lot before, but I fully understand how the game works, and now I made the game work for me. I've been told this is the easier of the four well-known ones. The combat system is simple, but also very complex at the same time. It's all about timing your attacks perfectly and timing the enemy's attacks to your dodging rolls or parries. Every weapon has its own stats attached to it, whether it's a blood weapon that literally fucking drains their blood, or a poison weapon, which gives them an STD.
Come here, baby.
There are many other stats in the game, like Madness. The first time I encountered Madness was when I ran into the Tower of fucking Sauron. And it drove me insane killing my own character. You also have a horse. It jumps. You have a lot of different attributes, Vigor being health. Building up these stats allows you to use certain weapons that can game end bosses in a few hits, or use magic. I personally went for a Dex Intelligence build, so I can use the which is the Moonveiled Katana. Why is this the meta? Because it can potentially one-tap any player in the game and slice bosses from afar. With the blood drain values it has, it's pretty fucking OP. But by the time this video comes out, there'll be another retarded meta to replace this one, like this. And if you know Dark Souls, it's meant to be broken. The amount of distinct enemies in this game is astounding. Some share similar models, but all have different abilities. It really does keep you on your toes. Most of them have the same weak points, like the humongous ball sack on the giants. There's an enemy I hate. It's these fucking hands, man. I gotta hand it to them. They're handy in a fight. Give it a round of applause for Mr. Hands. I hate them. Crafting is in the game too. You can craft oil, bombs, rope. You want it, you got it. I never found much of a use for the crafting menu, other than upgrading my weapons at the smith. I must say the music in this game is top tier. Just listen to this orchestral score. It goes hard. The amount of weapons to play with is insane. Just like other Souls games, there's hammers, swords, and spears, and much more. It is incredible the amount of effort that was put into the weapons. Oh, and there's a cannon. Elden Ring is hard, extremely hard, and it'll eat your ass most of the time, making you spend days and nights in the world of Elden Ring, which is why From Software tells you to touch grass. These checkpoints are your saving grace. Get it? From Software thinks you're so much of a greasy gamer that they make fun of you at the start of the game, saying you have no bitches. Speaking of maidens, this is yours! This one-eyed woman comes out of nowhere and asks to be your maiden. She guides you on your quest to reclaim the Elden Ring. It's a bit like that water bitch that gave King Arthur an air fryer so he could flex at people's barbecues. Or something, I don't know, I'm not English. Killing enemies won't get rid of them forever, because every time you teleport or touch some grass, you will reset the whole map world, apart from certain items and bosses you've collected or killed. This does feel like you're going nowhere, but think about it like this. Grace checkpoints allow you to progress, and the bosses will make you feel like you've completed something. I have never felt such a feeling of accomplishment and adrenaline. Actually, I felt it once before when I was playing another game called Tarkov, and when I used the macro to one-tap 3 sweaty middle-aged men in full tactical gear. What is the end game for Elden Ring? Kill all the bosses. That's pretty much it. Its story is more like a little bit of extra lore that you can pick up on the way. There are some questionable and interesting side characters within the world of Elden Ring. I found this guy called Patches. Apparently he's been in all the Dark Souls games. This crackhead jumps you in a cave because you were trying to steal some of his medical codeine. If you beat him, he surrenders and can become a traitor. But I do not forgive. Ever wanted to turn into a gun? I give you Mimic Veil. It allows you to turn into other inanimate objects in game. If you want to avoid a pesky intruder, turn into an object, and it basically becomes a game of prop hunt. Just don't get found. Did you know the multiplayer in this game requires currency for you to play? Don't worry, we're not talking about actual money here. After you've completed the quest to access the multiplayer, you need to craft what's called For Calling Remedy. What does this do? It lets you see your co-op partner's finger sign. These signs are world relevant, so if you place your finger down at your feet, it will appear in that spot in your friend's world. You can also play with random people by going to summoning pools by activating them. And by putting a summoning sign down, you can be summoned to anywhere you've activated a summoning pool. You can also just put your finger down as well. Playing multiplayer also allows you to be invaded. You cannot progress until this invader has left the match or you game end him. I haven't really spoke much about the classes in this game, and there's quite a few you can do.
I had no idea there were that many.
But there's really only 2 classes. You're either a close combat type of guy, or a sorcerer bitch.
Doja Cat?
Playing sorcerer is like playing the game on easy mode. Even in PvP, it's super easy to kill someone. Seeing as I studied the blade, I enjoy close combat, reject magic, and embrace the close combat. Let's talk about grace. Grace is what powers the land. Grace is what stops you from dying. Grace is also money, so if you want to get rich, kill the Make-A-Wish and use their life force to gain relevancy by obtaining Crypt. The goal of this game is killing all the main bosses, so you can flex on those undeserved of your god status. You yourself can build a reputation in the world of Elden Ring and become your own boss in your own right. Speaking of bosses, my favorite boss is the rotten corpse of Sun Tzu. He is held up by gravity and rides on a little horse compared to him, which looks like it's fucking dying half the time. Midway through the fight, he gives no shits about the sin he's about to commit and turns himself into a fucking ballistic nuclear missile. In the wise words of Sun Tzu, based. Another fight, which I think is really funny, is the fact that Hideki Mizaki wanted a boss fight with Milena to have massive bare feet, but he got embarrassed and didn't want to do it. You do you, man. Put those feet in. It might have been pretty funny to fight a woman with giant big feet trying to stomp on you. Elden Ring's world is beautiful. Just look at these locations. We've got European type beat, we got magic swamplands, we got more Dark Souls type Caelid. Altus has to be my favorite. It looks so peaceful. Each biome is completely different. Each offers its own difficulty. Altus is all about that holy vibe. And if you ain't Christian, you're an affront to God. Ever heard of Ebola?
Yes.
Okay, now picture a land of just Ebola. Welcome to Caelid. When you first enter Caelid,
Oh no.
you are greeted with pox-ridden Ebola monsters that give you several types of STDs. Fuck Caelid. I hate it. And don't get me started on the goddamn boss that spins around and gives you fucking rot damage every time he does it. Other than that, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna spoil all the biomes, so you'll have to find out for yourself. I forgot to mention, there's a mommy in this game as well. You can find her at the round table hall. This is pretty much a player hub where you can find all the characters that give you quests or shopkeepers. Mommy only gives hugs. No, stop, stop, stop! There's also a blue lady called Ranny the Witch.
Oh, yo, she got like 4 hands?
I only got 1 cock, sorry. I'm gonna have to pass. Each of these characters can give you a secret ending if you work hard enough towards it. One, you marry a sex doll, and the other one, you get cucked. What the fuck?
Okay.
Why?
No, I
Wait,
thought
what
you were
the
still
fuck?
in the world. Alright, who's next?
Hey, yo. Hey, yo, bitch ass, yo.
Okay, where is your someone's at?
At the race.
Wait, what the fuck? Where am I? You summoned me and I got sent to the Shadow Realm. What the fuck? Where am I? Oh, you summoned me at the perfect time.
Well, if you need me, I will be in the room below.
First off, I would like to thank the rich oil tycoons from Cambodia for funding these videos, and it wouldn't be made without them. These videos would never exist without these people. So if you want more videos like this from me, I would advise donating to the Patreon. This means the videos will be coming faster and better. If you become a subscriber to the Patreon, you get early access, behind the scenes action of how I made the video, and some extra content as well. So yeah, you should probably buy the game. It's pretty good. I've put over 100 hours into the game and I still haven't finished it. And there's so more to find in this world. This game has so much content in it, if I kept on talking about it, I could easily make this a 30-minute long video. And if it does do good, then maybe I'll make another one. So literally tell me in the comments and like the video if you liked it. If I didn't mention something in the game, it's because I want you to experience it yourself if you've not played it before. For now, more videos to come. You can find me on these socials like Twitch, Discord, and Twitter. For now, bye.